Experience was when he won. I would definitely put my money on Maid and Experience, but I also put my money on Java and Fakey last set, so who knows?
Well, I've already picked my horse, so we'll see where it leads, as I'm going to be rooting for the other team of Raydish and Megd right now.
Now, I really am loving, like we saw on the screen before this, the Legends Experience going crazy over the edge. Almost grabbed that second nair. But I love that, like, we know Megd for the Val, we know Raydish for the Petra, but this team comp that they have here is fantastic. They absolutely made the perfect choice in this team comp. Both of these players play these Legends together very well. They play them separately very well. It's a great composition.
Yeah, it works really, really well for them in the 2v2 space. And again, I keep hammering home the point that they're playing 2v2s in a way that they don't normally play 1v1s. Good target swapping coming out from Raydish. He gets the vertical, then immediately turns over for the side air, comes over, catches Experience with the side air. Maid gonna sit on this wall, and Megd doesn't challenge with the down airs.
He did have the range advantage, but probably just didn't want to have to deal with possibly missing that. Getting hit with a gauntlet nair, out comes the reversal, and the edge guard might follow after that. Megd now swapping over to the gauntlets. Maybe he's going to want to pressure a little bit more off stage now that he has a more offstage focused weapon, but he's going to get hit by Experience's ground pound. Raydish comes in, everybody kind of trading spots back and forth. Blue hit, red hit, blue hit, red hit. Ending with a red hit, the D-Light ground pound from Experience. That's going to knock out
Maid, only one sitting on 3 stocks. Megd does not like that idea, so he takes him out at the top of the map. Experience in the 1v2, backs away, does not get caught out.
He was able to get in back onto the stage with the cannon side air, was just behind the spear side light that came out from Megd that would have caught him out of the air. That could have been devastating, forcing an edge guard, maybe end up falling off the bottom, but no. Experience was able to get around it. Side light nair from Megd into the side air, over on the edge. He was under that cannon weapon toss.
It was a good play from Experience. The down sig, and Raydish doesn't even opt for the follow-up. Knew the down sig was going to KO. Maid just putting out some hitboxes, trying to keep the blue team away.
Maid floating very high in the air, all the way up top. Blue team, at least for the first part of that, was sort of focusing then on Experience while Maid was floating around. Now we're sort of back 1-to-1, playing man-to-man defense.
Comes in, picks up the gauntlets, gets a nice recovery. Ooh, Experience with the wake-up GCN light.
That was beautiful. Megd and Raydish kind of controlling the stage, but Maid actually on it, gets behind Raydish, hits him with the side air, that neutral air. Raydish did get the touch before that, throwing those boots above his head. Maid gonna end up falling for that as Megd comes in to relieve the pressure. That Onyx from Experience, that neutral signature getting the KO, and we are even until that! Full string coming out from Experience, gets the KO. It's now a 1v2 for Raydish.
We saw Raydish do the 1v2 earlier, but this is a very hard 1v2 to do. Not only is it Maid and Experience, the team that knocked him down into the elimination side of things, but they're so healthy here.
Bro, boots on the edge from Raydish. He had several moments there where he was in control, but you still got to worry about that second member of the red team. Raydish is making this happen, though.
Dude, he is dipping and diving around these red team hitboxes. He's gotten Experience into the red. He's got to be careful about what option he goes for to KO as Maid hits the side air. Raydish gets the wall touch.
I was a little bit worried that was going to send Maid far enough where Raydish could get the turnaround and find the KO. He didn't have a weapon in his hands at that moment, so he wouldn't have... Oh, that's going to send Experience off the edge. Here comes Maid. He's sent up with the neutral airs to give Experience plenty of room to get back over to the wall.
That neutral sig is so weird because I think if that landed on stage, it would have bounced and KO. But because it went off stage, it seems to have less force when you're going for the off stage version. And ultimately, Experience got to hold on there. Either way, Maid had the coverage there. He played a great Blasters game in that 1v1.
Every time I see that signature, I feel like it's going to KO no matter what, just because it reminds me of a super from Rumbleverse, where you would grab a person, spin around, and like bounce off of cars on top of buildings before you slam them down and do 800 gorillion damage.
Well, unfortunately, not super enough for Raydish to clutch out in the 1v2. Now we're going into game number 2. Megd going to try to survive a little longer this time.
Both members of the red team kind of pushed over to the left side. Both of them have gauntlets in their hands. Everybody has gauntlets in their hands except for Raydish, and now Experience, who just picked up the cannon. That neutral air sending down. The vertical combo is going to end up in a little bit of team damage, but they got some nice damage on the Megd. You saw how far that neutral sig sent. That down air is going to interrupt the recovery. Megd barely getting back, but then he's going to take a little bit more damage, and it's team damage from Raydish.
Megd is getting bullied right now. He's taking so much damage. Raydish comes in trying to give some breathing room to Megd. Throws out the down sig. Maid catches the landing of Megd. Left side Experience hits the side air to take down Raydish.
Despite all that punishment that Megd got, he just took out Experience, and Raydish was actually the first blue team member to fall. Meanwhile, Megd still living on this first stock. Maid doing the same thing, but has less damage than Megd does, so he's in a safer spot.
No, but not against Megd on the wall. Experience comes in. Experience gets above him. Megd just throwing out these uppercuts, gets up safely.
Weapon toss goes out, it misses, but he's able to grab the blasters. Then gets knocked out immediately, so the next weapon he picks up is going to be back onto those gauntlets, but Megd swipes it out right from underneath him. He's able to grab it, but out comes the team combo. Experience there to interrupt it and go crazy, getting the official double KO. First on the Megd, then on the Raydish. What explosive gameplay coming out from Experience's cannon.
The immediate edge guard from Experience taking Raydish down to his final stock there. This is big. This is great for the red team.
And this is genuinely one of the reasons I love this team comp so much, because gauntlets are so devastating in 2v2s. Cannon, just, it scares me in 2v2 compared to 1v1. And of course, everybody's been talking about blasters as of late as well. You're seeing Maid use them really well right now. Man, I love this team comp, but I don't know, I'm feeling Megd and Raydish comp as well. You see him with both members of the red team, now only one on the edge because they got the stock off of Maid.
Almost took down Experience with it as well, but he managed to get back up safely, putting down some hitboxes as the pass over, and Maid gets the end sig. Megd, last opportunity here.
And that was a pass over, and Raydish was the firstborn, didn't have the symbol on the door. Experience and Maid with the 2v1. Look at this combo. Oh, but Megd
nice
turns it around, capitalizes after Maid ended up picking up Experience.
But still a second stock here for Experience. Megd still unarmed, comes in, nice gravity cancel downline, but that is again a burned aerial spot dodge, so Experience is gonna get a punish, and Megd is running out of health to play with.
Cannon toss goes down. Oh, Maid, how did he not pick up Experience there? Look at the timing of this team, the trust between these two teammates.
I think ultimately it wouldn't have mattered if he got it.
Absolutely,
He's like,
you're exactly right.
I'll just do it. You got the teammate, you get the KO, and Maid and Experience currently up 2-0. Very different from what happened in the winner's side of things, where it was kind of back and forth, and Maid Experience ended up bringing it back in game number 5. This time, they're just running away with it. They want to go back into Acto and Blaze.
That's the momentum playing in the favor of Maid and Experience. This is huge for them. They're feeling so good here. Everything that they're doing is just working. Their follow-ups are working. When they're together, they're working. When they're split, they're working. Everything is working for this red team. Dude, look, they're just... Megd's about to be taken out off of his first stock this quickly in the game. He is so red. He's having to go in on the edge, goes back to the main platform. Maid just choose to fight Experience here. No, he's going to go over to the wall. He's just running away from Experience. I feel like we're watching Megd in 1v1s, but that's just because how scary this red team is.
He took so much damage so early, immediately just running away like a kid playing tag. He just did not want to get touched, and he is avoiding as much as he can. Gets the side air, trying to get in position for a follow-up there as Raydish putting the pressure out on the red team.
Megd's still living. Oh, that ground pound is going to trade 1-for-1 after Experience gets the team KO as well. But one of the reasons that Megd was still living as long as he was his evasiveness, but it was also Raydish there to do that damage, to take up the range, to pick up that second backpack that was on his teammate's back before and put out that damage, so we are even.
Yeah, I mean, he recognized Experience was really hunting down Megd, so why not just get the damage behind him? And here comes the team combo into the downlight side air, side sig, but Experience comes in to interrupt the side sig. Downlight recovery, Experience almost takes Raydish down. Oh, the handoff, Megd over in the offstage with the spear in hand, trying to back away from Experience, wake up Nair. Left side, Raydish gets caught by Experience with the recovery.
He picked that one up so low and still got the KO off the top.
Oh, wrong side dare though. Downlight side air, Megd's down to his last stock here. This could be his tournament stock here in 2v2s.
Maid still living on the second stock. Experience in an
Maid!
even better spot. The ground pound is only going to take out his teammate. Can Experience turn this around? If you average out the damage, it's orange and white versus yellow and yellow, so we are even so far, but Maid going crazy off stage, unarmed. Experience doing the exact same thing, but it's his cannon. The recovery ended up clipping Raydish. Maid keeps it going with the neutral airs, and the recovery now onto Megd.
Eyes on Megd. If he falls here, it could be dire. Leaving Raydish in the 1v2. The follow-up Maid with the falling side air. Gets inside of it. Megd not able to save.
Goodness.
Raydish down to his final stock. Megd's done. It's all left to Raydish.
I don't see a world where Raydish gets back here. I don't see a world where Raydish takes the victory here and sends it into a game 4. I think Maid and Experience have got this in the bag. The way that they've been playing, Raydish needs a miracle and a half.
Would be huge if he can clutch this. It would be amazing if he could clutch this. He gets one, but there's still 2 stocks left on this red team.
He doesn't have the boots in his hands this time. A little bit of overlap there. Okay. That could be the beginning of the miracle.
Oh, the weapon toss pickup nair. Raydish with an air chase dodge up, but Maid with the coverage. 3-0 in favor of Maid and Experience.
We're going to get to see the rematch of Acno and Blaze versus Maid and Experience. They made quick work of Megd and Raydish. It really looked like it wasn't difficult at all for them.
Yeah. They said, congrats on getting on the podium, but the height difference between third and second is the height difference between a 5'11"